Esther Allegra. I am an oil painter and a newbie sailor. I'm learning how to sail on my 36-foot Swanson, the Desperado. Thank you for coming back to watch another video. Today I'm going to have a chat to you guys about the pros and cons that I've found so far of living on a boat. For me, there is just so many more pros than there are cons. I love being here. I love it with every fiber of my being. It's wonderful. Tremendous. It's just glorious. Get a boat. You should get a boat. We can have a fleet, okay? We'll just have like just me and then all of us, we'll all have boats. Get a boat. It's great. But really, I'm gonna list some pros and cons that I've found so far of living on the boat. Here goes. This is a cheap tiny home. You can buy boats that are under $50,000. Definitely, you can definitely buy boats like mine for under 50 grand. Because you're not buying land, so that makes a huge difference in the outlay. And then you get to live on the water. You get to live on the water. Need anything more be said? Tiny homes are tiny. This is a cheap tiny home, but there's also a reason that tiny homes are cheap. They are really small. I'll have guests on the boat, and I have to judge the width of my guests and be like, well, can you fit in the shitter? Yes, no. I want to get the measuring tape out when I have people on board and just check, like, legitimately. Because when I go, my knees are almost up against the wall. I'm 175 centimeters, so if you've got longer legs than me, I don't know if you're gonna fit. And you can't stand up to pee. You're really close to nature. Obviously, you live on the water, but it's not just sea creatures. I mean, yes, there are dolphins that swim around my boat. Pretty freaking exciting. These are all bats flying past, and it looks so much more cool on the boat. Awesome. There's also swallows. Every morning I have a 5:30 alarm, and it's about 30 to 50 swallows sitting around my bedroom hatch. Here is one of them, just one of them, singing. So imagine this sound, but times it by about 50, and that's what I get every morning at 5:30 in the morning. I don't actually mind because it makes me feel a little bit Cinderella. It's great. My number one main con about this boat, oh god, is that it's full of spiders. Full of them. There must be a few 100,000, okay, probably not 100,000, but you know when you see a nest of spiders, like baby spiders, and you're like, oh, it's horrifying, and you remove them as best you can. Maybe you take them outside, or maybe you squash the whole lot real quick. That happened on my boat, but neither of those options happened because I wasn't here to see them hatching. I don't know where they were. I don't know what type of spider they are, but at the moment they're babies. But when I first got the boat, they were pretty tiny, and I was like, oh, it's a teeny tiny baby spider. And I just saw one of them, but then as the weeks have gone by, they're getting bigger, and there are hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds of baby spiders on this boat. And I'm getting bitten as well. I wake up in the morning and there's like a weird bite on my arm. I'm like, oh, it's a spider bite. Great. I guess I'm being desensitized to spider bites. I'm really hoping that because they're so little that I'm getting enough venom that when they're bigger and they bite me, that my skin's not gonna fall off. That's my hope. This is definitely a con. There's nothing good about this. Sunrises and sunsets. You're on the water and you will get beautiful sunrises and sunsets, and it is amazing. I love being this close to the sky. I love that I can just look out my hatch and I'm not listening to someone mow the lawn, I'm just looking at clouds. It's beautiful. If you don't have something on the boat, you have to You have to go. It's a journey to go, and it's a journey. But really, it's a journey. You have to travel to go and get something. I don't have many hairbands. My hair is currently tied up with a zippy tie because I don't have hairbands on the boat, and I cannot be bothered I have to paddle my boat to the jetty and then walk up the jetty, get in my car, go to the store, buy some hairbands, and it's just not gonna happen. So zippy tie. Hey, so this is just a side note. While I'm editing, I didn't really realize how many pros that I had done. I've really had to pare down the number of pros because my pros list is huge and my cons list was like tiny. So I've tried to make an even number, and I'm gonna have to make another pros and cons because there's just a pros. I'm just gonna have to make a video full of the reasons that you should buy a boat because it's awesome. Okay, so thanks for watching my pros and cons video. I hope that it kind of gives you a little bit more insight. And this is just from me currently. You know, it might change in the future when I've lived longer on the boat. We'll see. Thanks for sticking around. I will see you next week with the next video. Ciao.